Hello everybody, Ken here and welcome to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I've been wanting to do this one for a little while, so let's hop in as Isaac himself and see how we go. Now I played a lot of the original Binding of Isaac and its expansion, and I bought Binding of Isaac Rebirth on Steam and I actually ended up playing it on PlayStation 4 because it was free on there with PlayStation Plus, and I played quite a bit of that because it had co-op. You could play it over the internet and that was quite nice. Had some good co-op games, and then I ended up playing a lot on the Vita because it's quite a good game to take with you when you don't have other games. And we've started off here with 99 bombs and I'm pretty happy with that. But anyway, we've got a fresh new save. We're being surrounded by flies, which is a good time. Gonna cry all over these flies. Lovely. And get a couple of coins for our trouble. Now we've got loads of bombs, so we can think about going to look for the secret rooms and such. Now, if you're not familiar with Binding of Isaac, this is the kind of general gist. Got these randomly generated maps with levels, kind of floors made up of several rooms that get sequentially harder on each floor, and each level has a boss. Once you find the boss and beat it, you can go down to the next level. But along the way you'll find item rooms, that's these gold doors. You'll find sacrifice style rooms like this one where you can stand on the spikes and there's a chance to get a reward, but you'll hurt yourself. And all kind of risk reward. These guys are persistent. I do not like this at all. I don't really know how to deal with these big red guys. Like, I don't think there's a great way to do it. I'm sure there is a great way to do it and I just don't know what it is, but that's fine. We took them out and we'll move on. I don't want to pick up this whole heart because I'm only missing half a heart. It'd be a little bit wasteful. There we go, just make sure we're dodging the shots. Oh, I didn't dodge that one at all. I feel like in Rebirth it's a little bit harder to judge the height on those kind of shots sometimes. Like in the original game I always had trouble with things like Monstro that arced. His shots arc, but ones like that, sometimes I find it a little bit difficult now on these to see exactly where they're going height wise, and I guess the trick is probably to follow the shadow. Right, well we're by the boss room, so let's just go hop back and grab that heart. I think the one problem with playing this on the PC is that the screen's kind of quite big by comparison to a Vita. On a Vita it's very easy to see exactly where you're going, or you know, to see exactly where all the stuff is, because you can see the screen very, very clearly. These little dudes, they're a real pain. They leave this trail of toxic gunk on the floor. We don't want to be dealing with that. Oh, we're in a rough spot here because we need to wait for this guy's path to disappear so that we can get out the way. Try and keep ourselves from getting cornered in too much by this toxic Jizz. But inevitably, sometimes it'll catch you off guard. Oh crikey! I'm always surprised by the way they bounce. These guys are kind of rough when you haven't got a lot of health. We can stay out of their line of sight, and it seems like they won't rush us down too much. There we go, we got rid of one of them. That's good, that's a good start. Now we'll cry all over the other one. So you kind of want to dodge out of the way, but quite often they get bounced to the side by your shot, and then you end up running into them anyway. So you have to actually be... I feel like it's almost worth not shooting them when they're charging. Okay, and we got some Jesus juice, some Jesus juice, which increases our damage and range. Look at that. Okay, we kind of made a mess all over our face, but that's fine. Right, now we've got 99 bombs, so we want to look for the secret shops. Now, The main secret shop, the normal one, is usually surrounded by at least 3 rooms. So this is a prime target. Now, I think bomb is the left bumper. There we go. I'm playing on the 360 controller, and there we go. We found our secret room. And the nice thing about it being here is we can go into the shop and it doesn't use up a key. We can kind of sneak in via the shop here. Now I'm going to probably hit the wrong buttons a lot for the cards, bombs, items, because they're not the normal setup. Okay, we could buy a bomb for 5. We don't really want that, and we don't have the money, so we can't actually buy a bomb for 5. 15 cents for the battery. Or there's this donation machine, and that will save up money over time, and as you put more and more in, the shop gets better and better. Now the other shop is usually adjacent to only 1 room, so there's a few places it could be. It could be up here. This is a possibility. Maybe we'll try a couple out. We've got lots of bombs. There we go. You see, so there's only 1 room adjacent to it. This is the super secret room, and it's got an eternal heart in. You see, we've got that little white sliver, and what that will do is if you pick up 2 of them, they'll combine and you'll get a new heart container, so we'll have 4 instead of 3. And the other way to finish it is if you complete the floor, and you see we beat this boss and we go down to the next floor, and that will complete our 1 white heart, 1 eternal heart. And there we go, we'll see, bam, now we've got 4 heart containers. So you've either got to keep it till the end of the level or collect 2 on 1 floor. And the little blue heart we've got there, that's a soul heart, and basically that, what that does is it's kind of like armor, where it functions like a normal heart, but it doesn't need a slot to pick it up. But we don't keep the slot, so once we've lost it, it's gone forever. But you can collect those at any time. They're actually quite powerful because they function. See, we can't pick this red heart up because we don't have space for it, but you can always pick up a blue heart. And the white hearts go behind the blue hearts as well. So you'll lose the blue hearts before you lose the white heart. But if you get hit when you have no blue hearts, you'll lose that piece of white heart and it's gone forever. Got a little tiny, like a tooth, I think. Oh, it's a unicorn stump, of course. It's a new item for Rebirth. And it gives you, I think it gives you invincibility, which is the old unicorn effect, but you can't do anything while you're invincible. So we could use it to kind of safely grab this coin here. So you see, while we're flashing, we're invincible, and then once this runs off, there we go, and now we are invincible again. But that's okay, because we got our value out of it. You can actually sneak through those spikes if you go on the diagonal. It's a little bit risky. Didn't feel like risking it. So we need to keep our mind on that item, just as we get into any tough situations. Here's Dingle, little poop man. He's gonna whistle, and he's gonna spit at us. We're gonna dodge those, and we're gonna look out there when he charges up like that. When he kind of clenches up, then he's going to charge us down, and he's going to do 3 little charges. At the moment he's caught behind that poop, but he's going to destroy it. Oh, here he comes. Got to be careful of that. Oh, the whistle. He's summoning some mini poops. Some little dingle dangles. Oh, here he comes. Let's use the invincibility, make sure we don't take too much damage. You see, we can't do anything here, we can't shoot or anything. So you are kind of vulnerable while that's happening. We're not vulnerable because you can't be hurt, but it's purely a defensive item. And there we go, we've unlocked Monstro's Tooth for clearing the basement. So you see we had 2 floors of the basement. And if I press this button, there we go, basement 2 we're on. And so now we'll go down to the next pair of floors, which are the caves. Okay, so we'll grab this and we'll have a little peek around. Maybe we can find the secret rooms. We've still got loads of bombs, so no harm in trying. We got no keys, so unfortunately we won't be able to go into the shop unless the secret room is right here, of course, which it is. Wonderful. Got a couple of bombs in it. which we didn't really need, but hey ho. We can sneak into the shop. There was a pill there, but honestly, I don't feel like I need a pill. I think 2 of clubs is keys. I always get mixed up on clubs and spades, which is keys, and it either doubles your keys or doubles your bombs. Okay, so we could put money in the donation machine if we want. We got 6 cents, or we could buy this item here. This will basically recharge some of our usable item in the top left, but that's not super beneficial with what we've got going on right now. Okay, now there's this one room over here that we need to have 1 health or less to go into. I don't think we're going to be able to get in there. The other room with the chains, I believe, is 2 keys. We don't have any keys. We could make 2 keys with our 2 of clubs, but honestly, I'm not convinced that's necessarily worthwhile. So I'm just going to leave it. Now, our other secret room could be over here. This is only adjacent to 1 room. Let's give it a shot. There we go. We found it again. Man. Okay, this is an interesting one. This is a fortune teller machine. We could put coins in here and we might get some items, but we've not got many coins. I think what we're going to do, put down a bomb. Just going to blow it up. Nab these coins for ourselves. Now, let's have a quick look at this coin room and see if we can get... we've got so many things, we really should just grab all these coins. So I think if I put a bomb here, we might be able to get both sides of it. But we'll test it out. There we go. And I think maybe the same here. You've got to be real precise with that. Otherwise, if you're just slightly off, the bomb has just enough range to hit both sides, basically. But we did it. Fantastic. We actually got 18 coins now. So we could bop into the shop. And maybe we'll buy this item. I don't actually remember what this is, but I think it might be like the trinket bag or something. Oh, it's the fanny pack. That's quite a good one. So I think what this does is when you get hit, you have a small chance to drop one of the minor items. So that can be a coin or a bomb or a heart. Or shoot the poop. Because while they say no use crying over spilt poop, or I guess they say no use crying over spilt milk, but there is use crying over spilt poop. Because you might wash the poop away and find a little coin inside. Or we got a caffeine pill. And that also gives us a pill, but I'm not going to risk taking a pill for now. Gosh, Isaac's eyes going jittery. Like me after I've had my morning coffee. Lovely. Oh no, what's happened? Isaac hiding behind a table, perhaps? Not quite sure what his whole thing was there. Okay, well, we need a key to get this. And if we pick it up, then it'll spawn some guys and we'll have a little challenge. We have to beat them all before we can leave. Oh no, not the mega troll bomb. Oh, I should have used my item. Silly me. That's my lack of experience. Okay, this is a fairly empty room. Nothing going on here. And another one of those sacrifice rooms. The self-sacrifice. You see, this door's closed because we need full health to challenge the special room. There we go. Take that out. These little charging slug guys. Dealt with them pretty nicely. Still don't have any keys here, which is a shame. Like, I'd love to get into this item room. In fact, there could be a secret room here. Can we get up above it? There probably won't be because, no, you see, there's no way in. So although these rooms look adjacent, the odds are the secret room's not there because the rooms aren't actually, you know, there's no entry point to them. Right, I kind of want to deal with this guy first because he's, if he goes over there, that's not too much of a problem. But he's leaving a lot of mess on the floor, and that's going to hurt us if we walk on it. We don't want that. Don't want to get green gunked, that's for sure. Let's just walk into a guy, and that's our fanny pack has dropped us a coin, which of course is what I intended to happen. Why I walked into a thing. Right, now we've got the 2 of clubs. Now going in the item room is pretty worthwhile. So what we might do is use our 1 key. Because the 2 of clubs gives you, it will double your, if it is keys, I think it's keys. It will double your keys. Or it'll give you 2 if you already have 2. Now I think The Yum Heart, maybe a little bit better than the Unicorn, especially as we keep forgetting to use the Unicorn anyway. This thing can give us a heart every time we use it, and it lasts for 4 rooms, which is pretty good. Now we're not going to use the 2 of clubs unless we need keys, and then we'll find out whether it's keys or bombs anyway. It might just be bombs. I can't remember. I'm probably not going to look up items while we're playing here. But I do remember a lot of them. I have played a fair chunk of this game on the Vita. Beaten it a fair few times. I've done some of the new levels. And played as most of the characters. So I've got a fairly good comprehensive idea of the items, and it's been a while since I played, but I've also got a pretty good memory. So hopefully I'll remember what most of these things do. Phew! These little living poops surrounded by actual poops. The terrifying dystopian reality. So yeah, so the club item will double your keys, but it will also give you 2 keys if you have none. So using it on 1 is kind of less effective than spending the 1 key and then using the item. It's down here. Some spitty guys. We can stay out of their range. You see, if we run forward, we get extra range on our shots because of the momentum, which lets us fire in some shots and then get out of the way. Great job, Isaac. I do like the music in this. It's very atmospheric. I really liked Danny Baranowski's old soundtrack, but this one's pretty good too. And here's Chub. Little Chub. And what we can do with Chub is we can feed him some bombs, and you see he kind of panics because he realises what he's swallowed, and then he blows up. What a fool. We got loads of bombs, so this is a pretty effective strategy. It does deal with him pretty quickly, and there we go. He's done and dusted. Great job. Okay, we can grab this heart, grab the wooden spoon to crank up our speed a little bit. And we'll plough through. Now, it's always worth remembering, don't run when you walk into a room, because oftentimes there'll be spikes there. And I'm sure at some point along this journey I'm going to bash myself into some spikes, and it'll be terrible. Now, we can spend this key if we like. Yeah, why not? It could be something good in here. Bob's Rotten Head, not great. Not a huge fan. But one thing we do need to remember is this is a new game, and collecting all the items is an important challenge in the game. You have to use all the items at least once. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Bob's Rotten Head. We'll check it out in a second. But you get to throw it. It's basically you can chuck the head and it's explosive, and that's pretty cool. But there you go. Does okay, but it didn't actually deal with this guy because these guys regenerate if you don't shoot them enough times when they're on the floor. Now, the theory here is if we keep shooting them, they get a little bit weaker when they come back. So we should be able to eventually start knocking more of them down at once, you see. And then once more of them are going down at once, it's going to be easier as they start to split up. We can pick them off. You got to kill the little downed little slab of meat. There we go, and now 1 left. What I'm actually going to try and do here is grab this, because you get a charge every time of your item every time you complete a room, and I think the Yum Heart's going to be the item we're going to keep for now. So with that in mind, we want to make sure we get the charge on the Yum Heart when we complete this room, and not the charge on Bob's Rotten Head. Crikey, we're not doing a great deal of damage here, but that's fine. We'll make up for it with pro level play. And there you go, see, we bumped up from one charge to 2, and we need to get up to 4 to use the item. Right, so let's go in here. This is going to hurt us when we go in, but it's 2 little boxes. Troll bombs, they'll explode. And there's our armor hearts, our soul hearts. Oh, and the fanny pack dropped us a nice extra bomb. It's pretty useful. I don't think we really need this enough to to use it here, but we could look for the secret room. It's probably off one of these things, I suspect. Not there? What about down here? Diddler, diddler, diddler. 14 coins is almost enough to go to the shop. But not quite. 15 coins? Well, that might be. That might just be enough. Alright, let's pop the 2 of clubs and let's see what it does. I think it's 2 keys. Nope, it's not. It doubles our bombs. See, I always get those backwards. Because I always think the club looks more like a key and the spade looks more like a bomb. So that makes more sense to me. Well, we'll grab this pill. If we're in dire straits, we can use it. I'm not going to go to the shop because I can't, because I don't have a key. I suppose the only other thing is we could look up here and see if this is where the other secret room is. Not there. Could be down here. Again, it's probably not going to be adjacent to any other rooms. There we go. Well, this is kind of nice, but unfortunately, I don't think we have anything we can do with it. Well, there is a sacrifice room, so maybe we should go use the sacrifice room. I think that might take away our soul hearts, though. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to risk it. It's also a little bit too slow for my liking. I'm not a fast player of these games, but you want to mess around. Oh, he got a lovely wig. Oh, but someone's laughing at his wig. That's not very nice, is it? His lovely, luscious new hair. Here we go. We're in the Caves 2 now, I think. There we go, Caves 2. 20 minutes in. It's not exactly a world record time, but we're having a good time, so it's okay. There we go. That fanny pack could spawn a soul heart. That's real good. I hate these guys that kind of pop up from the floor. Like, they're real pains. I'll use a couple of bombs here, maybe. We've got so many. We ought to make use of them. There we go. Right, nothing really going on here. Doesn't look like. This is the one you need to have 1 heart or less. It's only the red hearts, I think, that count. So you can have 1 red heart and a bunch of soul hearts and you're probably okay. I'm kind of getting to the point where I think like we've got so little damage that it's maybe worth just using a few bombs just to damage things a little bit quicker. It's not a very effective method of getting around. These double-headed dudes are a real pain. No way to sneak up behind them. I suppose you can flank them. Right, so this is going to take us to the secret room. That's a pretty good item to have. Although we can probably find the secret room anyway, but still, well worth considering. God, I hate all these guys so much. Oh, they've got a lot of range as well, crikey. Right, we'll have to be very careful of that. As soon as they spit, we need to move. Thankfully, they're all spitting pretty much in unison. Suppose we should use our yum heart. Might as well get the charge out of it now, because we're going to get another charge from beating this room. And it would have gone to waste if we hadn't used it up. And there we go, we killed them all somehow. Right, fantastic. Let's go back down and see what's over here to the left. Oh, it's some kind of big bum hole. Oh no. Oh, that's unpleasant. Well, whatever it is, it's dead now. Oh, these guys. So these guys are little turrets, and they you have to wait for them to pop up and expose their fleshy neck, and then you can shoot them. This red guy shoots a lot more, but you don't have to expose his fleshy neck to shoot him. Like, he's vulnerable everywhere. So you see, if we hit them now, it doesn't do anything. You have to wait till he's exposed. And there we go. We showed him what for. Right, now we definitely want to go to the item room here. Item room is pretty much the highest priority anytime. You can make a case for the shop. In fact, maybe we could make a case for the shop, because the shop you can often buy a key in anyway. But the difference is the item in the item room is always going to be free. So I think we're going to go in there. Ooh, and we got certificate. That could be PhD. Or it could maybe be the Ouija board, but I think it's the... Oh, it is the Ouija board. There we go. So this gives us spectral tears. And crikey, Isaac looks... He looks kind of like... is it Hellraiser? Or Pinhead? That's it, sorry, not Hellraiser. Maybe, they might be the same thing. It might be the same series, I can't remember. But yeah, he looks like Pinhead. And, but more on fire. Oh, we got some... I thought they were like nightmare creatures, but because they look like little glowing eyes, but in fact they're just flies. Which is not ideal, but we'll blow them all up. Because there's a lot of them. And there's this big fly head. Just looks like a man with a big kind of mullet. Like an old guy with some kind of like crazy, wacky, curly afro. We should probably deal with old Shooty McShooterson over here. Oh, there's multiples of them. Crikey. Crikey O'Reilly. Oh, and he's got a bomb fly. So this guy's going to blow up when we kill him. So we've got to be careful of that. Maybe we'll deal with this fire because I don't want to bump into it accidentally. Right, where's that bomb fly at? There we go. And I guess that was it. Right. Okay. Trying to work out what the best... here we go. Trying to get a couple of shots off and then moving before he fires. Come on, you opened before. I know you'll do it again. There we go. Sauced all over him. It's weird how they'll trigger sometimes, and then they won't trigger at other times. Oh, we should probably also use that yum heart, make sure we're getting the most out of the charges as often as we can. Ah. I wanted to shoot the up guy, because that's the guy I'd been focusing on. But, oh, we hit the spikes, that's no good. Okay, we did deal with everyone. Got to be very careful of these spikes. They deal a lot of damage to you. Right, now we can go in the shop. We've got the money for it. Oh no, greed's in here. Well, that'll teach us. Still, we've not got a ton of damage on this character. But we have got a ton of bombs. So let's make the most of that. Oh, we can't really hit them very easily with our spectral tears, I don't think. I'm used to kind of pushing the bombs around a bit. Well, there we go. We dealt with greed. Now it's just these little headless chumps. And we can gunk all over them pretty tidily. There we go. Pretty happy about that. Well, I say I'm happy about that. It would have been nice to have like some actual things to buy in the shop, to be honest, but never mind. Okay, now what we could do here is that challenge room around. It is. Now we can go in the challenge room, and then if we grab the item, we can always just teleport out to the secret room with our card, which is right bumper. I'll make sure I know what it is ahead of time. Well, that's not very useful, but this is the 1-up. That's an extra life. So you see that times 1 by our health bar. The next time we die, that thing is going to respawn us, and also it's dropped us in here, which actually maybe not where we wanted to be, but never mind. Right, let's find out what this pill is, because there's another one of these on the floor, and if it's good, 48-hour energy, that is pretty good. Look at this. Fills up our health. Gotta love that. Okay, so maybe it's worth going back to that boss room, but we won't be able to get in now anyway, I don't think. I think they do shut the door again once you've not got full health. I'm not a big fan of this room. See, these turrets just keep shooting. I almost just want to bomb our way out of here and leave. You can do this. You can just get out. Make a quick escape. I'd love to grab all these coins that are going to come out of these golden poops. But sadly, there's no way across. Right, now I'm just gonna leave that room be, quite frankly. I don't fancy it. Those fixed turrets can't be destroyed, the ones that shoot left and right. And the other guys are a pain enough to deal with by themselves, so these spectral tears, you can see they go through items, they go through these mushrooms. Quite good for shooting at people from the safety of rocks, like behind rocks and such. Right, anywhere we need to go? No, it's just that one room, and quite frankly I don't fancy it. So, let's make a daring attempt at Gurdy. Gurdy's one of those bosses that when I first played Isaac, I got stuck on Gurdy for a long time. But you've kind of got to get used to his firing pattern. I say, being unused to his firing pattern. Great, he's just spawning more and more of these little cysts. There we go. So once he pops inside, he's going to fire out just a bunch of shots in your general direction. And he'll fire it either down or to the sides, depending on where you're facing. Crikey. Oh, we took a bit of damage there. We can definitely bomb this chap up a bit though. Oh, we're almost at death here. Got to be very careful indeed. Oh, there we go. Can we hit him with that bomb? There we go. Right, now it's not quite over. You'll notice the door hasn't appeared because we have to kill all the enemies. And there we go. And little Chubby has appeared in the basement. I think, if I'm correct, that's because we beat the caves. And now, you'll see caves 2. We're on our way down to the depths. Ha 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 ha. The depths. Oh no, he's falling. Oh, and he's broken his back. Broken his everything. And here we go. Welcome to the depths. Very atmospheric music here. Little zombie heads. As you might be able to guess, these guys are weak in the brain at the back. There we go. See, we managed to hit him over the rocks there because of the mechanics of this because of the spectral tears we've got. Pretty good stuff. Kind of wanna get this guy to chase us over here, really. There we go. Because I think it's better to hit him along the longer side of the map. One more charge until we're filled up with Yum Heart. Got to stop these things from filling up because once they're full, they'll start spurting out stuff if you get near them. But if they're not full, they're actually not dangerous, so you can get quite close up to them. Oh, nice! We blew up a bombfly and it exposed the secret room for us. So no searching around. We've got to be careful though. These red darker fires, they'll shoot at you. So you've got to watch out. Right, so we want to use our item. Grab this energy and use it again. There we go, we're back up to full health. That's top notch. Got a lot more of these zombie dudes. Ooh, we managed to sneak through there. That's pretty intense. But we did it. Go on, you little sausage. That's right. Ooh, you love it. Guy gonna go chasing down here. He's pretty slow actually, this big one. But still a threat. Still very much a threat. Oh, sadly we can't catch up to him. I guess we kind of want them to come down here, really. It's probably a better place to fight them, because we can just follow them along. The trick is, once they home in on you like this, they'll keep going in that direction even if you move. So what you want to do is, you want to get one of their attention. And you see he'll just keep charging in that direction. And we dropped a key. Let's snag that. If we can't find this guy. Right, now we want to get him to come over here. There we go. And now he's charging. And we've given him the sauce. The sauce? The sausage. Giving him the sausage. Delicious. Just cry all over these fires. I think these are indestructible and they shoot. Yeah, they shoot at you. So that's not really any good. But we did pick up a golden key, and what that'll do is it will let us let's go into any room. I wait for these spikes to go down. Okay, we got loads of speed. I was worried we wouldn't have the speed for that. So there's a turret here in the middle that's just going to shoot directly at us intermittently, and it's indestructible. But it will stop shooting once we clear out the rest of the enemies. It also won't shoot at us at the moment because we're blocked, but it can't see us because these rocks are in the way. That's the trick there. So this golden key, you'll see we've got 5 keys, and we can sneak into the shop. Still 5 keys. Fantastic. Okay. Well, this is I think this is the pill bag, but we might as well grab it. There we go. We got the 48-hour energy. That's a pretty nice item to have. Should we try out these pills and see what they are? Because we've got loads of them. Lemon party all over the floor. Delightful. Range down. That's no good. And health down. That's no good either. Okay, so that's why you don't normally take pills. But when you've got a lot of them, usually, like, it'll work out okay. Now I'm actually going to drop 10 coins in here, I think. Oh, I can't. See, it's broken. That's no good. I was hoping we get a few more coins in. Great stuff. I kind of want to... So that thing is permanent. The amount of coins you put in it stays there forever between playthroughs. And you'll see here we've got a boss from the first floor. But he's just a normal enemy now. That's the beauty of Binding of Isaac. These bosses you faced earlier are... In fact, he doesn't actually operate quite the same, this guy. But he doesn't operate wildly differently either. Like, he has this stomp. And then these guys do the little charge. So you've got to watch out for them. They do go quite a long way. Whee! Oh, we dropped a troll bomb, which was actually quite useful. Took out a couple of the little dingle dangles. Lovely. Lovely sauce. Okay, fantastic. Whoa, gotta watch out for these guys. It's pooping everywhere. Gotta make sure we... Oh, look at that. He's lost his head. And he's lost his torso and his legs. Fantastic. These blue flyers, can't put those out. I think you can use bombs to put them out. Got our golden key, so we'll go in here. Oh, and the mutant spider. Now, we've not had enough damage, but things are about to change. Because we just got the quad shot. Which doesn't increase your damage a ton, but obviously you're shooting 4 times as many bullets. So it kind of does increase your damage a fair whack. Okay, so we're on Depths 1. And we've got a bit more of it to explore before we move on. So we might as well do that. Looks like the secret room was up here, but we saw that before. I kind of want to grab that whole heart, but okay. Worth it. There was a half heart here. So we can go in here now. And we'll use our yum heart to recover the health. In fact, that wasn't necessarily a good idea because we should have used it after we left. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway because of this soul heart. So we get the pentagram, which puts our damage up. Those horns, look at that. He can't even open his eyes anymore. Oh, what a twisted visage. But no matter, because you see our tears are bigger and bolder. We should be able to pin these guys. You see the spectral tears let us stay behind the safety of the rocks and absolutely just wreck these guys. Oh, look at this. Our damage has shot up. This is fantastic news. Especially as we don't have a ton of health. In the original Binding of Isaac, I really loved abusing health mechanics where you could kind of get infinite health with soul hearts. Whereas in this game, you can have a maximum of 12 hearts at once. Like, they won't go off. Whereas in the original game, it would display up to 12, but you could actually have as many as you picked up. 2 of diamonds. This is going to multiply our coins. Well, we might as well use it pretty soon. I'll tell you what, we'll use it on the way back. These guys gonna... Oh, I got kind of confused because it's so shiny. See, so you see they'll shoot like up in the direction we're headed. We'll tempt this guy into like opening his delicious stomach. Oh, and the wiggle worm. So this is a trinket. This goes in another separate slot, which is down in the bottom left, and it's going to give us this little wiggle. And we can actually drop these. I don't remember how you do it. I think maybe it might be this. There we go. You hold down the right trigger, which doesn't do anything else otherwise, and you hold it down for a second, and you drop all your items and your trinkets. But I think we'll hold on to it because it's not. Sometimes it's not good, but with because it can cause things to miss. But with the quad shot, we've got quite a wide shot anyway, so the odds are we're still going to hit with at least 2 or 3 bullets, and it basically just increases the effective width of our attack. So the item multiplier. This is going to multiply our coins. There we go. Make sure I'm pressing the right button. So you see it doubled our coins to 38. And that's probably enough, to be honest, because there's only 2 more floors left at most. Because the first time you play through the game, you can only get as far as the depths 2 before the game ends. Unless you pick up, like, sometimes you can find items that will let you go further on your first run, but it's very rare. Take out this guy, this little rock dude that spawns out, and bugs. I do love this game. It's so joyfully presented, and sort of charming and delightful, with such gruesome and sort of gory and disturbing subject matter, and I really like that. I guess that like juxtaposition of the. Oh, here's Monstro 2. I really like the juxtaposition of the cutesy presentation with the just absolutely terrifying like what's going on. Good old Monstro 2. Fan favourite. This fanny pack really saving our booty here. Just absolutely knocking it out of the park for us in terms of giving us our hearts, giving hearts back every time we get hit. Oop, not dodging the laser in time. You can tell it's been a while since I played one of these. Oh, we got him to destroy all his own flies. What a sucker. And you got him to destroy us as well. Well, we'll use this because we'll get a charge from it from beating him anyway. Fantastic. We got ourselves another item. What is it? Synth oil. Damage and range up. Well, that's fantastic. Lots of damage, lots of range, and we're down to the depths 2. The final floor. You see, there it is at the top. He's got flowers, but oh, someone pulled his trousers down and he's got a small penis. Which is not surprising because he's a baby. But what are you going to do? Right, so 2 coins to go in this room. It's got 5 chests. It's quite nice, isn't it? Shouldn't open them all at once because, although that's quite tempting, chests can contain bombs and you can get yourself in some real trouble doing that. But no bombs in here. Lots of hearts, which might be quite useful to come back to. So we'll have to remember. Okay, now these things here might be worth trying to bomb these. We've got loads of bombs still. You can destroy these with bombs, and when you do, they have a small chance to drop one of those soul hearts, which are pretty handy to have. There we go, look at that. We got 2 of them. Now, do we want them right now? I think if we're going into this big room, we might do. Sometimes it's worth not picking up bombs straight away. Got Chub here. We're going to feed him some bombs. He's not going to be too happy about that. Looks like he won't go across that middle section where the, which is pretty smart really, but oh, look at the damage we're doing. I wonder if we can just stay over here and this guy won't actually be able to come over. Doesn't look like he wants to. Does make it quite hard to hit him though, so maybe we'll head over there anyway. Oh no, here we go, he's coming over. But yeah, he's not going to come any further than that, so we can kind of abuse the mechanics here. Nothing wrong with that in Binding of Isaac. You take every advantage you can get because the enemies will do the same. And also it's a tough game, you know, as soon as you die, that's it. You start from scratch, you start from the very beginning. Which, you know, is a very good place to start, but it's also a shame when you've made it so far through. There's a page of the Necronomicon. We could grab that. It's going to be a little bit risky. Oh, it's alright, you don't stop dead when you do it. Now this is an okay item. I think it might like do some damage a random chance when we get hit. But honestly, I don't really want it. I just wanted to pick it up because it all counts towards our completion percentage. And this is our final boss fight, and we could just go in there now. But I'm going to be greedy and I'm going to explore around because it's always good to check out all the rooms. If you think you can get away with it, if you think you've got the health for it. Oh, we want to be careful here because that laughter indicates one of these hands coming down. And if that grabs you, it takes you out of the room, which is a problem. Because, because it does damage and it resets the room. So you're back outside and you have to do it again if you want. You're going to go back into the room. Got to watch out for that green turret who's going to bomb us. Hopefully we can kill these things pretty quickly. We've got loads of damage. And we can... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to use my yum heart there. But it's okay. We got a key. We got 2 coins. Hopefully we can find a shop here. Looks like we found the shop here. Sneak in. And not really the ideal thing to get. This is the Steam sale. 50% off all items. You see, this goes down to 3 coins, which isn't really very useful, but we can't use this anyway. So one thing you can do here is you can blow this machine up for a few coins if you're desperate. So if you're in a run and you think, oh, this item would change everything and I'm just a couple of coins short, you can blow that thing up and take a couple of your coins back from a previous run. But you don't usually want to do that if you can avoid it. Right, now here's something we can spend our coins on. Is the slot machine, because who doesn't love a little spot of gambling? I sure like to. Oh, look at that. Well, we ended up kind of doubling our coins, I guess. There we go, we managed to make it out without getting hit by the spikes as well, which is pretty useful. Didn't actually get him with the bomb. You've got to lower him in. He has to be charging, I think, to swallow the bomb. Sorry, Chub. Tricked again, you fool! Never a charge into the bombs. They do look rather delicious though. I understand where he made the mistake. We've got another gamble machine. There's actually probably not too much in here that's going to benefit us. But hey, we should have a little go anyway. Oh, a fly. What we could get here is we could get one of those fly companions. That's a pretty good thing to have. Or maybe a different card that might be quite useful. Oh, we got the dollar bill. That's not super good, but it does unlock Cain. Because you have 55 cents. I think it's 55 cents at any one time. It's sort of in your inventory. Like if you're holding 55, you unlock Cain. And Cain's probably the strongest character in the... Or he's certainly the strongest character in Old Isaac. I played quite a lot of Rebirth, but I don't really know enough to know if he's one of the strongest characters in the new game. So I think in the old game, Isaac with the D6 was the strongest, which is an item he got after you'd beaten the game a certain number of times with specific characters. The Anarchist Cookbook, what this does is summon a bunch of bombs, and I don't really recommend using it, but there we go. Quite dangerous. If you're really desperate for bombs, it can come in handy. Get ourselves a couple of spiders, and there's a couple of regular spiders as well. These blue ones are friendly, which is always nice. Right, we'll see if we can get in chat to this guy, because he's a beggar and we've got loads of money, so we should be nice to this poor little baby fella. Gonna spit out a card. Anything else for us, Mr. Baby? Oh, some dog food. Delicious. That'll be a nice dinner. The problem I have with the analog stick is playing on... I think the analog stick's better in this game because it does have analog movement rather than playing on the keyboard, but it does mean going at diagonals is slightly harder because obviously on a keyboard you just hold two directions to go at the diagonal. Okay, we're going to use our Hierophant. In fact, we're not going to use it quite yet. We'll go in this last room first. Crikey. Ah, they're stuck on each other. It's all part of my cunning plan. There we go. Delicious. Right, so we'll use this Hierophant, which gives us 2 of these soul hearts back. And I guess we'll head to the final room. The final showdown. We'll take on the most tough and notorious foe of them all. We could look for secret rooms, but honestly, we're so close to the end here that I don't think it's really worth it. So let's take on Mum, the person we were running from in the first place. Our own mother. Oh, and she's absolutely filled this place. Oh, almost got stomped on there. Got to be careful. We can damage her by hitting those the doors on the side when they open, or we can wait for her foot to stomp down. We can shoot her in the foot. You have to be careful. If you get too close to the doors, she'll slam her hand out, and that's no good either. Ooh, this music's intense. Getting some good hits here, and don't forget we've got that 48-hour energy, so we'll make sure to use that if we start to run low. We can also get her to stomp on enemies sometimes, so that's worth bearing in mind. You can kind of hear her shouting when she's about to stomp, so always be wary of that. You can also obviously see the shadow. I guess we might as well pop our 48-hour energy here, because really no reason not to get it done. Fill up, make sure we're on full health. No point in risking it when no point in risking it ahead of time. There comes the foot. We get the final hit in.
Isaac was
We did it!
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down.
Oh no!
Isaac!
Isaac!
I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else, Isaac's mother repeated to herself.
Don't do it!
This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand.
Oh!
Just like that, it was over.
Hurrah! We survived! Dun dun dun! Or did we? Dun 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 dun! Some intense music. We unlocked the womb, which is a weird thing to say, but familiar people with the Binding of Isaac, I'm sure, will understand what that means. It's actually the levels that come after the depths, so we'll be able to go into those next time. And it's been a real adventure. It's been quite a slow one, considering we only got as far as Mum, but I wanted to take things pretty chill there and not rush through, as it's our very first episode. And here you go. You see, this is basically as far as I played on the PC version, was beating Mum like once, maybe even just once. But here we go. Here's our file 3 is the one we're going to be using. So we check out our stats. Got 20 items. That's a lot of items actually. 7 secrets and no mum kills. And the reason that is the foot doesn't actually count as a mum kill, and we'll find out why next time. So if you're new to the Binding of Isaac, I hope you enjoyed this. If you're a long-term fan of the series, I hope you enjoyed this too. I hope you found it pretty good. And I'm going to do a few more of these as we go, and we'll see how they pan out. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, be sure to bop that like button. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series, what you think you'd like to see me do with it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Isaac. It will be coming your way soon. Or, you know, come back whenever. There's plenty of other content as well, so be sure to check that out. I've been Ken. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you next time. Cheers!